everyone, welcome here to my channel. My name is Taylor. If you are new here, it is a rainy, hoogly day in Everett, Washington. Everett is about a 45-minute drive to Seattle, and we are staying here in this tiny house, which is located on a property with two other tiny houses. In the center of these tiny houses is a little area with a fire pit and some chairs, a barbecue, and some cornhole. It's just a sweet, inviting space for community and just encouraging being outdoors. Bamboo surrounds the house. It's strategically placed around the windows. And then there's this quaint outdoor area in front of the house too, with some beautiful string lights. And it's really cool because the couple who built this house back in 2011, they had lived in it full time for 4 years. It is about 140 square feet, not including the loft, which in our perspective, it's about half of our tiny house. So it's pretty small. And the couple made us feel super welcome. They did a personalized little sign welcoming our family and just left little snacks and treats all throughout the house. So if you're interested in ever staying in this house, I'd highly recommend it. I'll link the Airbnb link down below. Now let's check out the inside of the house. You first walk into this quaint living space, and it's just very charming and unique. And I love the skylight that is directly above the couch, which lets in a lot of natural light. The house is just very practical and functional. You could tell that no space was wasted. And you can also tell that there was love and intention behind every piece of the design. I think the natural wood all throughout the house really just gives a homey vibe. And there's windows all throughout the house too, which I love windows, and I think that they really just move your eye outward, also bringing a ton of natural light. So back to the living room. The cozy futon makes up most of the living space. And directly across from it is a television and a little pop-up table for both a workspace and a dining table. There's one chair in the corner of the space and then another one tucked away, folded by the fridge. A ladder leading to the loft is placed in front of this little storage space, and you can actually move the ladder, which is really cool, and then you can access the closet, and then this also under the closet storage space as well. This is a great use of space and very practical, especially if you're going to be living in it full time. To the left of the couch is this charming little double-sided bookshelf, and then in the center of it is this little pop-up table, which also works for a great second workspace that you can then use the chair next to the fridge for that space as well. Walking further down the hall, you'll reach the lovely kitchen. The kitchen is super practical and functional with everything you need, and I feel like there's just hidden gems all throughout it. Your eye kind of looks all throughout and notices things that are placed very strategically and very accessible. The first thing you'll notice is the pretty good sized fridge and freezer. And the baskets hanging above it are a super unique and innovative design that I've actually never seen before, but they just took baskets, screwed them into the wall, and then used them as kind of like an open shelf kind of thing to store things above the counter. And then they use these strings on some of them to kind of keep the things inside without falling out. And then you have a pretty good sized counter for a tiny house with a 2-burner stove. And underneath that counter is a place for plates and bowls and pots and pans and just any kind of other kitchen storage. And there's these little hooks all throughout the kitchen for mugs and other kitchen utensils. Right behind you is a little open shelf space that's pretty narrow, but it's perfect for storing spices, cups, and kind of just like a pantry space, which I think is so perfect right behind the main counter area. And the possibilities are endless with that. You can store basically anything that you need there. And then there's a single cup Keurig machine on the counter, which is perfect for single use warm drinks, especially in this Washington weather that I'm not accustomed to. And the sink space at the end of the kitchen is so cute, and I just love that little quaint little corner of the kitchen. I think it's a great use of space. I think that the window right above is just a perfect placement for that to kind of, give yourself something to look at when you're doing the dishes. You can just listen for the birds or see the bamboo swaying in the wind, watch the raindrops. And that sink is for the kitchen and also for the bathroom. So they don't have a separate bathroom sink. It's just one sink for the whole house. And also something that I think is really cool is right next to the sink to the left of it on the wall is a magnetic strip that is perfect for scissors, knives, kind of any other magnetic thing for the kitchen that you may need. and it's just easily accessible right there where you'll need it. Moving on to the bathroom, which is such a lovely and unique space, and it's fairly large too for just having a shower and a toilet. The shower is one of the most unique showers I've ever seen. I love how it is in a circle shape. It is very charming and unique. And directly across from the shower is the toilet with this little nook with a mirror and a place for towels. And the bathroom is the only place in the house that's painted white, which I think is a good way to kind of break it up. And since it's such a small space, it does make it feel a little bit more open. And I also love how the back wall with the toilet is painted black and how the mirror lining matches the wood. I think that just kind of brings it all in together, and it looks very aesthetically pleasing. And one of my favorite things, just because it's so cute, is the natural hanging storage. And you can put toothbrushes in there, you can put soap, you can put lotion, you can put any kind of thing you need in that space. Also, the little pull-out mirror is such a cute little touch too, which is very practical. I like that it goes back into the wall, so it's out of the way, but then you can pull it out when you're getting ready. Overall, I think the bathroom was very well designed. Now let's head into the loft. The ladder to the loft is very sturdy, easy to climb up, and the loft is one of my favorite spaces. It just screams coziness. It's very inviting, and I love the design of it, how they extended it outward so that it provided more space for headroom and just being able to crawl around in the loft. If they would have just kept the structure of the loft, it would have felt pretty crammed, especially for 2 people. So very good design decision on their part, and I was up there, felt totally comfortable, plenty of room. And I love windows in lofts too, because it just really makes it feel more open. You don't feel so claustrophobic. And so the placement of the windows are strategically away from your headspace, so that way it's pretty dark when you sleep, but close enough to you so you can look out. This morning we opened up the back one and I was able to see the raindrops coming down, which is just so hoogly. Overall, I love this house. Like I said before, the attention to detail is just so eminent. I love how a lot of things were done by hand and just really thought through. You can tell that every decision was very intentionally made. And there also are some videos on YouTube which you might be interested in seeing of when the couple lived in it, Living Big in a Tiny House did a tour with them. I'll link that one down below. And then also Tiny House Expedition did a recent video a couple years ago where they are no longer living in it, but kind of show how they did some renovations and put it on the property, which is a great watch. So if you're interested, I'll link that one down below too. So if you're interested in building your own tiny house one day, I would definitely recommend checking this one out or another one similar to this. The difference is that this one was lived in, so you can tell that a lot of the design was practically made for that reason. It wasn't just made for an Airbnb or for some people to stay in, it was made to be lived in full time. Definitely something that I would check out. Get yourself in here, see if it's something that you can actually do, if the space works for you before building your own house like this. Also, you can purchase their plans on their website. It's thetinytackhouse.com. I'll link that down below too, so you can build the same house if you wanted to. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tour of this couple's amazing tiny house. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe to see more tiny house, minimalism, and intentional living content. Follow me on Instagram, and I'll see you guys soon.